Alright, in this video I want to talk about adding and subtracting rational expressions. First, I want to talk about how to do this when the denominators of the rational expressions are the same. If the denominators of the rational expressions are the same, when we are adding or subtracting the rational expressions, we just add or subtract the numerators, and the denominator gonna be the same denominator we were given. So in this example, since the denominator is 5, so I know the result. The denominator is 5, and the numerator gonna be x plus 2 minus x minus 3. So that will be x plus 2 minus x and plus 3. Remember, you have to change the signs when there is a negative sign in front of the parentheses. So the answer is 5 over 5. That's 1. Okay. Okay, now let me show you what do we do when the denominators are different. So here we have the expression x plus 2 over 4 plus x minus 3 over 3 minus x 3 over 6. Now you see, since the denominator of each rational expression is different, so therefore we cannot just add or subtract the numerator directly. In this case, first we need to find the least common denominator. Of these three denominators, 4, 3, and 6. So if you still remember the definition of, or if you still remember what does least common denominator mean, the least common denominator gonna be an integer, or gonna be a whole number. And this whole number can be divided by every denominator. So in this example, this whole number, it can be divided by 4, 3, and 6. And also, this whole number is the smallest whole number which can be divided by 4, 3, and 6. So let's so how to find the least common denominator? Since we know this number has to be divided by all these 3 numbers, that means the least common denominator is gonna be a multiple of these 3 numbers. Okay, so let's look at the multiples of these 3 numbers, and then we find out the common multiple, the least common multiple. So the 2 times 4 is 8, so 8 is a multiple of 4, and 2 times 3 is 6, 6 is a multiple of 4, 6 is a multiple of 3, and 2 times 6, we have 12, 12 is a multiple of 6. Well, since here we don't have a common multiple, so we're gonna search for the next. Now 3 times 4 is 12. Now 4 times 3 is 12. And 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, now we can see we have a common multiple. We found a common multiple, which is a 12. So 12 is a common multiple of these three numbers, and it is the smallest common multiple because so far we don't have other multiples, right? So therefore 12 is the smallest one. That means the least common denominator is 12. Okay. So once we determine this, before we add and subtract these three rational expressions, we have to change the denominator into this least common denominator. So how do you do that? To change 4 into 12, we need a factor of 3. So we multiply 4 by 3. So we have 12. And when we do this, we also need to multiply the numerator by 3. Because otherwise, you will change the original expressions, right? And for the second expression, when we change 3 into 12, we multiply 3 by 4. So we also need to multiply the numerator by 4. And remember, you have to multiply everything by 4. You have to multiply x minus 3 by 4, not just x or not just minus 3. You have to multiply the whole thing by 4. And minus, so 6 we multiply by 2, we can get 12. Therefore, we multiply x minus 3 by 2. Okay. And next, we're gonna need to simplify the numerator of each rational expression. So over here we have 3x plus 6 over 12 plus 4x minus 12 over 12 minus 2x minus 6 over 12. Okay. Because right now the denominator of each rational expression is the same. So when we add and subtract these three expressions, we can just add and subtract the numerator and over this common denominator 12. And when you do this, beware of the change of signs, okay? So we have 3x plus 6 plus 4x minus 12 minus 2x plus 6 over 12. So the numerator gonna be 3x plus 4x, that give us 7x. 7x minus 2x will give us 5x. Now 6 minus 12 give us minus 6, and minus 6 plus 6 give us 0. So the answer is the answer is 5x over 12.